The fourth learning objective in section 4.2 is to describe properties of the t-distribution and how it differs from the standard normal distribution. Let me try to draw a little sketch for you. The z-distribution, or the standard normal distribution, is bell-shaped, centered around 0, with a standard deviation of 1. That is the z-distribution. The t-distribution is also bell-shaped and centered around 0, but it has more spread. So maybe something like this. This is a t-distribution with maybe 15 degrees of freedom. As the degrees of freedom increase, the t-distribution gets closer to the z-distribution. Let me use a different colored pen here and try to draw something that's sort of in between these two. This black one here might be a t-distribution with maybe 25 degrees of freedom, whereas this one I said had about 15 degrees of freedom. Now this is just a sketch. What you want to see from this is that as the degrees of freedom increase, the t-distribution has less spread and gets closer to the standard normal distribution. The degrees of freedom are related to the sample size. They're equal to the sample size minus 1. So which of the following is not a characteristic of students' t-distribution? A, for large samples, the t and z distributions are nearly equivalent. Well, that's a true statement because as the degrees of freedom increase, which means the sample size increases, the t gets closer and closer to the z. B, the variability of the t-distribution depends on degrees of freedom. That's also true. The more degrees of freedom you have, the less variability there is in the t-distribution. C, as the sample size increases, the variability of the t-distribution gets closer to the variability of the z-distribution. That's also true. I tried to describe that with my pictures there. D, the t-distribution has a mean of 1. That's the false statement. So it is not a characteristic of the t-distribution that has a mean of 1 because its mean is 0, just like the standard normal. And E, the t-distribution is symmetric and bell-shaped. As you can see in my pictures, though they're not perfect, they are all symmetric and bell-shaped. All t-distributions and the standard normal z-distribution are symmetric and bell-shaped.